Well, hello YouTube. Here we are. Have ourselves a start to another vlog. Well, a little bit of a chillier day today. Had to turn the old furnace on, and welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, today was the first day in months that I had to flip the old switch to get the furnace going. Start paying the ridiculous rates from the energy provider to, well, survive for the winter. Hopefully we can keep that going this winter and no hiccups there, and it all should be good. Well, of course, last night was a busy night on the streets again. Had some nonsense going on. I have no idea what people were thinking, but apparently they don't have any clue how to drive, and that's really the only reason why they got into trouble the way they did. Had they have known to drive and known what a stop sign was, then really no one would be none the wiser until, well, the morning. So the cops had to go clean all that up, mop all that up, and then, well, it was all good for the remainder of the day, or evening. As for me, I kind of stayed close to home last night, watched my PVR shows. Isn't it funny how a show that was filmed in the 70s that was supposed to be in the future by today's standards is very dated electronically or computer-wise. However, a show that was filmed in the 70s or early 80s that was set in the past, which, you know, was the past then and the past now, still looks fairly decent. You know, it's kind of weird how that works. Been watching some old shows that I watched years ago and recorded them again, giving them a rewatch. It passes, well, 2 or 3 hours at night, which is definitely something that needs to be, well, passed on. As for the day, of course, doing the normal routine, trying to find new direction, new ways to go, putting out resumes, things like that, trying to get things going there. With the new fast food and other businesses opening on up, you think they'd be hiring staff and such, but they, so far, the ones that are hiring aren't calling people like me back. And they must be hiring people that, you know, fit more in their company. So I guess it is what it is. Well, there was another one out today that I found. I went out and put a resume in, emailed her off, and a lot of companies don't want you to show up down at the door anymore. They want emails, or they use a private company altogether to place you in there. So I guess, you know, it is what it is, right? You understand, you know, you don't want 100 people going through the door hanging around, you know, got a job, you know, kind of a deal. So they use a placement company, and it kind of remains anonymous unless they want to give the person a interview. Well, of course, don't really have much planned for the day. I need to do some diggings on the internet. The parking brake stuck up on the old Silverado, and I can't find anything on the internet that says why it would have stuck up. I can find, you know, it's seized or stuck down, stuff like that, but no reason to say why it's stuck in the up position, and when you push on it, it won't go down. So usually when it sticks in the down position. So I can't really figure that one out. I will have to pass that along to, well, the powers that be on the truck here. See if they want that fixed, or if they want me to drive it that way until it goes into the shop in the springtime, or I guess whatever they choose to do. With wintertime coming, it is nice to have a parking brake, because you do tend to let the truck warm up a little bit, and the parking brake does help it not to roll away on you. My driveway being the way it is, it's fairly flat. It doesn't really want to roll, so I guess it's a good thing, kind of, sort of, but I will pass that along and see what they say. But pretty much, guys, got the old computer fired up, got the furnace warmed up. Gonna go check to see if it's all good to go. Make me some coffee and get on with the day. So yeah, you guessed her. we'll catch you all then. A little bit of a afternoonish update. Well, I was surfing social media, you know, doing my normal questions, comments, you know, looking for new ventures to go down, when I came across a post regarding our local restore. Our local restore has been dwindling over the last couple of years. Whether it's bad management or bad practices, it has changed from the restore that it used to be to, well, what it is now. I am not 100% sure on the exact date that the restore was open, but I want to say it's been around for about 16 years or so. And through those 16 years, there's always been ups and downs. Obviously, any business is going to have that, and really the restore business, the Habitat for Humanity restore, wouldn't really be much different. Well, there was an announcement today that they are closing it, which I kind of find it a bit odd when you consider that it does serve a purpose in the community. However, with the economy the way it is, I imagine people maybe aren't donating items like they used to. And with the economy the way it is, maybe they're having trouble probably with their landlord, or if they do own the property, maybe they got to sell it due to the inability to pay bills. I know in the last few years, when you go in there, I have noticed a huge difference on the quality of product that is in there, and the price of, well, the product as well. It seems they want prices for things that aren't worth it, you know. Maybe in the cities, in the big cities, you can sell a 40-year-old antique couch for, you know, $250. But here it doesn't work. People don't want to pay $250 for a, you know, harvest gold, you know, couch, because they'd rather go down to a place like, you know, kind of finance a couch and do it that way. As well as, you know, their prices on other items too are out to lunch. You know, $50, $60 for a dog crate that's got big holes chewed in it, and they don't like you dickering on the prices at all. So quite often items that are donated sit there until they go in the garbage. I have witnessed that myself, that items that are donated, whether they need a little bit of tinkering or so, they go, well, straight in the garbage. Way back years ago, I had a big yard sale there after I moved into this house, thinned down on a bunch of my bicycle stuff, and I donated it to the restore. Well, a day or two later I was in there and it was all in the garbage. All those parts that were good, like honestly they were good, all those rims now that were good, were all in the garbage. Now of course, you know, there wasn't, you know, 400 bicycle rims. There was only 2 or 3 sets, but they were straight. Coming from me, a bicycle guy, that hurt, you know. You see other things sitting there outside in the rain, windows and doors getting wrecked by the rain, tubs that probably were scratched. That's why they were donated by the hardware store. However, they get, you know, out there and backed over or damaged, and then they end up in the garbage. If you ever visited a restore in the cities, you would have noticed quite the difference between theirs and the one here, because the ones in the cities are run totally different. It's almost like its own different store, where ours was like, I don't know if they were trying to be big city, but they didn't have what it took to do it, right? So of course they announced the big closure, which I kind of find it a bit odd that they would close up now, because, well, there just happens to be a casino being built next door. Now, if you know anything about real estate and land values, having a casino next door, one, will make the property value go up over just having an empty lot, being there for the last, 25 years. And two, when the casino opens on up, that lot there is going to be worth money. Because, well, there could be a large motel put there, or restaurants put there, or other amenities that will support the casino industry and, patrons. So, of course, there's probably politics going on there like that, where they could sell the land and get $1 million for the land, or they could keep it and have an eyesore with the casino and other properties built around it. And that seems to be the way it goes. Money talks, right? When you got something good, they tend to sell it before letting someone use it that can use it, right? But pretty much, guys, gonna probably do a little bit of fall organization here. I got a few things I need to tuck away. Trying to decide if I should list a few things for sale. I know selling things are if you want to call it, good way to bring in some extra money or income or whatever. But at the same time, you'll probably never get another one again. Way back, whatever it's been, 3 years ago, I brought a patio set home that I got on a sale from a hardware store or a lumber store that they were selling. And it's like a $400 patio set or so, and I paid quite reasonably less for it, and I'll never get another one like it. However, given the size of my deck and a few things like that, it fits it really well, and I could go down to a 4-seater over a 6, because really the number of family functions I have on that deck in a year are probably only a handful. But again, how much would I get for it if I were to sell it, especially this time of year, right? And there's a few other things, like tools and goodies that I've been considering selling. You could sell a $500 table saw for $300, or try anyway, but you'll never be able to replace it unless you pay $500 for it again. And it's kind of one of them things that right now I don't have any projects on the go. But at the same time, in the future, when I need a table saw, what do, right? I won't be able to afford to buy one, and to use a circular saw to make the same type of cut is possible. It's just a lot easier with a, table saw. So of course, going to do a bit of digging, a little bit of figuring out, and take it from there. We come to the end of another day. Well, it was a good day. Got a few things done. Got, some plans in place for the upcoming, the future. Hopefully it all works out. One of the big things I've been doing is on the hunt again. Well, I never really stopped, but I've stepped it up maybe a little more. One of the options I have is a possibility of driving, half hour or so, 45 minutes one way. But at the same time, by doing that, you end up wear and tear on the vehicle, drive time, stuff like that. If the roads are bad, what happens then? I know I can borrow the old Silverado and drive the Silverado for the winter. And I know I can do things like that, and worst comes to worst, I suppose I could find a place up there to board at for a few $100 a month, but that sort of defeats the purpose of working for $15 an hour if you have to pay it all out up there, because then you're not really bringing much or anything home. However, bringing, anything home is better than bringing nothing home, right? So we'll see what materializes out of that. You never know. Might get a call back from some of the ones that I have already sent on out. Just keep on going and keep on rolling, seeing what's out there, and I imagine eventually somebody or something will have to bite, and it all gets back to where it needs to be. Well, as for tomorrow, I'm not sure what tomorrow will hold. I know one of these days I got a doctor's appointment, but I have to check which day it is. And go there for a 15-minute appointment, and well, it should all be good for another month. But pretty much, guys, kind of continuing the whole office cleanup type of thing, trying to get things organized. And I go to flip on my big overhead light, and well, the bulb goes dead. This is the first time I've changed it since I believe it would have been 2013 or 2012, 2013 or so, which I think it's done well, fairly well, right? For the longest time, that was my only source of light in there, so ever since I put the lamp in there, I've been trying to save on the power bill and, well, using the lamp instead. But once in a while I turn the big light on when I need more light to see, and then well, it all works fine. Well, I always told myself that I would change that light out one day to a proper, not necessarily fancy but moderner fixture. But hey, maybe I'll change the bulb one more time and well, see where that leads. But pretty much, guys, gonna end her all here. Today was a good day, tomorrow's another one. Round and round we go. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.